I ain't gonna lie, bro. These new details just made this case a lot more weird. This situation just made this case look different in a whole nother aspect. Now, it's already bad enough that the way he went out is the way he went out. But after these new details, something is not adding up and something is not making sense. This is a prime example, bro, why it's just very important to talk to people, bro, and try to get in their ear, because you end up in a situation like this. And I ain't gonna lie, bro, at this point, the only way people gonna actually believe it is if some type of surveillance come out of something, because I'm telling you, the story is just not making sense and the math is just not mathing, bro.
Is that Chris?
Man, what is good, YouTube? Y'all already know who it is, bro. It's Lucas J here, y'all, back with another video, man. And today, y'all, we got another crazy and a wild video to talk about. Now, it seems like in today's classroom, once again, y'all, we got Lil Papa on the roster. Yes, y'all, we got another update on Lil Papa, and it seems like TMZ has reported at the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office pretty much released some details, and they're saying that, you know, not only was it self-inflicted, but they saying that he crashed his car before he did it, and he was on the phone with his manager, and a lot of stuff is just not making sense. Now, we're gonna get into it, but before we do, real quick, y'all know my little routine, bro. Just hit that like button, you feel me? And also comment tapped in if you tapped in down below, bro, and smash that notification bell. So for one, I can keep y'all updated on this situation, but also, bro, y'all can just be notified anytime I drop a video in general, bro. Now, as I said, man, we got another update on the whole Lil Papa situation, and the new details that they just released has made this case look a lot more weird and kind of got it looking kind of shaky. Now, if y'all don't know, 2 days ago, or was it yesterday? Maybe been yesterday, y'all. I'm tripping. Yesterday, Lil Papa reportedly was dead. You know, they found him dead at the age of 25 years old, and it had social media going crazy. Everybody couldn't believe what was going on, but the biggest question was, what happened? Now, rumors were going around saying that, you know, it was alleged self-inflicted, and another rumor was that, you know, he had OD. A lot of people saying that it was self-inflicted, but it was through ODs that he OD'd on purpose. But come to find out, TMZ released an article and said that, you know, they found him dead from a gunshot wound to the head. You feel what I'm saying? They went on to say that, you know, his death has been ruled as a suicide. You feel what I'm saying? I can't say the word on YouTube because YouTube is super sensitive. But now wait, before we get back into this crazy video, bro, I got a surprise for y'all. A lot of y'all be at home just scrolling on your phone all day and not making no money. But guess what? Y'all ain't got to worry about that no more. Literally, if you sign up right now for freecash.com, you can make you some money while playing games on your phone. Now, I kid you not, this is no scam. This is all legit. All you got to do is create your account. Literally, put your email in there, create your password, and within like 30 seconds, it's going to be a wall of games for you to play. And hey, you can go ahead and get your merch off and start playing games and making money right now. Now, I ain't sitting up here saying that, you know, you're going to make $100,000 overnight. You're going to become rich overnight. No, this is all legit. This is not a scam. Now, me personally, my favorite was Last Warrior Survival. I thought it was a scam at first, but it's legit, bro. The more you play it and the more you level up, bro, I kid you not, you can make money. And as you see, bro, they topped out at $900. Like, who wouldn't want to make $900 by just using your device? I mean, it's 2025, bro. Everything is based off the internet and based off technology. The least you can do is make some money while you're doing it. I mean, it's simple. All you gotta do is scan this QR code or click that link in my description down below, sign up, and start making you some money, bro. And when you use my link, you get a $5 bonus when you sign up, bro. And all you gotta do is cash out within PayPal's and gift cards, bro. Thank me later, bro. Shout out to Free Cash. That had everybody on social media going crazy because, to be honest with you, everybody was saying everything but that. Like, it's like people didn't want to believe that that might have been the cause, but you know, the news came out and the article had read, rapper Lil Papa died from self-inflicted gunshot wound, TMZ has learned. The Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office in Georgia tells TMZ the rapper, real name Janarius Michael Willard, died after being shot in the head. His death has been ruled as a suicide, right? So everybody like, oh my God, talk to your people. Mental health is serious, you know, prayers. But a new update came out, and I ain't gonna lie, it kind of made the situation look crazy. Now, right now, it's being released at TMZ. They put out a post and said that, you know, pretty much before he did what he did to himself in the head, he actually got into a single car accident, and he was on the phone with his manager, and social media is going crazy. Now, the article reads, Hateville Chief of Police Bruce Headley tells TMZ, Lil Papa was in a single car accident on the Interstate 85 south of Hateville, which is when he called his manager asking what he should do. The car was still drivable. The manager told him they'd meet up in a nearby parking lot at the Hilton Hotel. And Headley tells us when they met up, Lil Papa stayed inside his car as he spoke to his manager through the roll down window. We're told it's unclear what they discussed, but at some point, the rapper pulled a handgun, put it to his head, and pulled the trigger, blanking himself deceased, Haley tell us. And off-duty officer who was working at the hotel called 911. Now, I'm not gonna lie, that's a lot to unfold. And it's kind of remind me of the situation of the guy that was in Louisiana or LSU, whatever, the football player, I think his name was like Kyron Lacey. I might be saying the wrong, might be the other way around, but it's kind of remind me of the situation. Now, one thing we need to know, but one is what caused him to get into a single car accident. Was it like him doing it on purpose? And two, what was the conversation he had with the manager? I really feel like the manager should speak out and speak on what was that conversation he had. Now, I understand right now it's a tough time because, you know, he had to see all that firsthand. I can only imagine how traumatized he is, but that's going to play a big role in why he did what he did. Because people was like, how would he get into a car accident? And why would he do that after getting into a car accident? It don't make sense. But then people were saying that, you know, if he's so off the edge, I mean, he probably tried to hurt himself first off of just getting in the accident and it didn't work, and then he did what he did. But that don't make sense because he said, what should he do? So this situation is just crazy, bro. And like I said, obviously it just shows that, you know, mental health is a real serious thing, bro. But I really feel like, you know, his death is a little fishy. Like, I really would love to know what was that conversation he had with his manager, right? Like, I feel like his family at least deserve that closure, right? Because that's going to tell everything. Because if he's saying, what should he do? That kind of made me think that he wasn't trying to do that. So did he just get too much? Or was it too much for him in the car and he blew his, you know, like it just, the conversation don't make sense. But regardless, bro, he's deceased, you know, at the age of 25. And I feel like in a way the situation could have been, you know, prevented because he called his manager. So it's like, you know, it don't make sense to me, bro. I don't know. It don't understand. They were supposed to meet up somewhere. So I don't know, bro. It just, the whole situation crazy. Now, one thing that also caught people off guard and people were confused about, y'all know Fulio, right? Not to bring him up in it, you know, he was actually one of the guys that was beefing with Lil Papa, but his mom responded, right? Because like I say, they say it hit the Jacksonville streets like crack, like it really broke the city, and they say like the city been dark, like, you know, they took a big loss. Like, you know, Fulio was a big loss, but you know, Papa was more loved. Fulio was hated upon the other side due to the type of music he made with Papa. They've been watching him since he was a little boy, before he started cursing, before he became who he was. You know, they know him as his Barbara grandson. Now his mom put up a post and said, "This is sad. I'm a mother first, prayers," right? Because some people, I guess, wanted her to be dissing them, which I knew from just watching her interviews and all that. She's not that type of woman. She carries herself with a lot of respect and integrity and maturity. Now, another thing that caught people off guard, and I'm gonna get off the video, Whopper with the chopper. Y'all know the guy that was a part of the Who I Smoke song with Young and Ace. You know, he's actually from Lil Papa hood, but his story and, you know, his picture and his video he put up of Lil Papa kind of made people start thinking that, you know, you never know what really goes on behind closed doors with these rappers. Now, he put up a post first with him and Lil Papa and said, "As a friend, I'm so sorry that I couldn't change your mind. As a brother, I have so many words, P. But to sum it up, I thank God for every minute he let us spend together, and I'm gonna miss you so much. You know it's never leave my five. As a father, my heart breaks 2 times even more for PJ. I just pray that you got the peace you needed, and with that, I'm at peace, I guess. Love you, kid. Life is hard, although I hate that I'll never get to kick with you again, but I understand now. To all our friends, y'all know how much I love y'all and look at y'all as my brothers. Please don't leave me. I can't take no more." To his family, thank y'all for always being my family as well, and I'm so sorry for our loss. And he put up another story that kind of caught everybody's attention. He said, "Sorry, y'all. I've been going through so much dealing with losses. I haven't been even happy enough to do this rap-ish. I lost 2 grandmas who raised me for real a couple months ago. My big bro Zoe never told me no, always wanted me to win. He passed a couple weeks ago. My big cousin, who has always been in my life since I can remember, just passed a couple days ago. I love you, Pumpkin. And now I just lost one of my dearest friends, P. Thanks to everyone who stuck around, although it doesn't seem like times will get better." Now, as y'all see, this is a man that's obviously close friends with Papa. He's from Papa hood. He got old pictures and videos of Papa, and literally he's saying that, you know, how much it effed him up. But he went on to say that, you know, he lost 2 other people a couple weeks ago, and then he lost 2 of his grandmas back to back. You know what I'm saying? So he can only just imagine the things that he going through and saying that, you know, he understand why Papa might have did what he did because life may seem too hard. And like I tell y'all, bro, these guys are just rappers. They're no better than none of y'all. They go through the same problem that we all go through. You know, mental health is a real thing, but always remember, bro, taking yourself out is the sucker way to go. And I'm not disrespecting nobody that deal with that, because I understand, you know, how tough that can be. And who am I to be like, oh, you wrong, you know, because I don't know what goes on in someone's head. But I want to let you know something though, for anybody that's struggling with that, you doing that is a coward way to go out, and you hurting more people than you think. You hurting them more than you hurting you. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got kids, bro. You thinking about yourself and dealing with what you got going on, but that same pain you enduring, you're gonna put that same pain on your family once you leave. So believe me, man, life is about courses. You know, life is about times. You're gonna have good times, you're gonna have bad times. It's all about weathering that storm. You know, God don't give his soldiers any battles that they can't handle. You know, believe me, y'all just see me for doing YouTube. I've been through it too, bro. Not like to that extent, but I've been through some real times where a lot of people would have gave up, but I don't give up. I'm a soldier. I fight. You feel me? It ain't gonna break me, bro. That's one thing about life. You can't let it break you, bro. But give me y'all thoughts and opinions down below. Let me know what y'all think about this whole case and everything about it, bro. This situation is just insane and it's crazy, bro. Y'all already know who it is. It's Look It's Jay. Thank God for another day, man. Y'all be safe. I love y'all. Christ loves y'all so much more than I ever will. And yeah, bro. I'm out, man.